Laziness is often a momentum thing. It's the concept of inertia, right? So a body in motion stays in motion. The body in stillness stays in stillness. If I'm going to go from non-motion, right, stillness into motion to create momentum, there is going to be a painful process of getting that ball moving, right? Getting that dead weight moving. Once the dead weight tips over to the other side and starts to create motion for itself, that's when it becomes a little bit more enjoyable.
This leads me to something, and you just gave me an aha moment, because when people want to quit smoking, they want to become somebody who doesn't smoke, but they don't think that they are not a smoker, right? So let me just say that again, because I know it may have confused people. If you're a smoker and you choose to quit smoking, you have to believe that you are no longer a smoker. And the problem is, and for me, when I smoked cigarettes when I was, 18, 19 years old, I tried to quit smoking, but it wasn't until I realized I'm no longer a smoker. So what you said about tying these to your identity, I think is so important, because when I got sober, and I know you have a similar story, when I got sober, I was no longer a person that drank. There was no, and people ask me, oh, isn't it hard? Isn't it? Not for me, because I am not a person who drinks, and I genuinely changed who I believe I am on a foundational level. And I think that if you can tap into that, your life changes. So
Absolutely.
In your coaching, because you do a lot of one-on-one coaching, if somebody's trying to tackle a problem, how do you get them to make that identification in themselves and change that?
That's a good question. So somebody comes to me with, this is where I'm at, this is where I want to be. Okay. So it's kind of what we said in the beginning. There's where I am, there's where I want to be, and there's the space that's in between that, right? Which I call the gap, right? The gap between me and who I want to become or what I want. So it's a lot of times they're thinking about what I want, but what I'm thinking is, who do you have to become to be the guy that has that?
Got it.
Okay. So we start taking a look at who you're currently being. Are you a guy that shows up late to things regularly, right? Are you a guy that doesn't keep to his commitments?
Yep.
Okay. Well, if you want to become this, we have to start working on the things. Like, we have to, like, one by one, start changing these things or shifting these things and moving into the guy that shows up regularly, the guy that has consistency. That's the guy that gets results in the gym.
Right.
Okay. So if I was a personal trainer, we would work on those things: the consistency, the importance that you place on this one particular goal, right? The person that has it in their head, as you said, that I'm the fat person. Well, it's not just they're the fat person. They've got a lot of other habits that came along that created the excess body fat that they have on their body. Right. And then, so sometimes it's just a simple thing of fixing behaviors, right? So these behaviors are not going to get you where you want to go. When the behavior is showing some stubbornness, and it's like they're trying to, and they keep self-sabotaging, right? So self-sabotage has more to do with the deep subconscious limiting belief systems than laziness.
Yes, right.
Laziness to me is actually like a symptom of some deeper stuff.
Yep.
More often than not, people that are lazy, they don't have a sense of importance to the thing, or they have a lot of limiting belief systems of why they can't do the thing in the first place.
Right.
And so it's easier to just be lazy, which is like kind of like a way of avoidance.
Yes.
Than to actually move after the thing itself.
Right.
So
would you say that laziness is self-sabotage?
Yeah, a lot of times I think so. I'd say laziness is definitely a form of self-sabotage. It can be a symptom of not having clarity in what you actually want in your life.
Right.
It can be knowing what you want and not thinking that you can do it, or having a bunch of reasons of why you can't do it, and it seems so overwhelming. Why get started?
Yeah.
Right. And it's a momentum thing, right? Laziness is often a momentum thing. It's, the concept of inertia, right? So a body in motion stays in motion, right? A body in stillness stays in stillness. Once getting the thing moving, you have to go through that initial pain period.
Right.
A lot of people are not willing to go through the initial pain period. If I'm going to go from non-motion, right, stillness into motion to create momentum, there is going to be a painful process of getting that ball moving, right, getting that dead weight moving.
Yeah.
Once the dead weight tips over to the other side and starts to create motion for itself, and now the ball is moving with a lot less effort needed on my part, that's when it becomes a little bit more enjoyable.
So do you think that the reason why people don't start a lot of the times to get that difficult part without seeing results, is it instant gratification?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think unfortunately, I mean, I think social media is great. I think technology is great. And also it's created just a world where we have everything at our fingers, and it's too much choice. It's like, it's a couple things. There's too much choice.
Yeah.
So with too much choice, it's hard to be clear on what I want.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I spend more time doing this than going, where if my choice is now, like, I want that and I'm going to move that way.
Yeah.
Right. Really simple. And also instant gratification. Like, there's so many ways I can feel good right now. I can get all the dopamine I want that would normally I would have to do something to do by watching other people do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
On my phone. And so once that dopamine is dried up, well, so is my drive to do things. Right. And so, man, a lot of us waste a lot of dopamine on a daily basis, and it destroys productivity.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching this clip. If you like content like this, go to the description below. The full video should be there. And do not forget to like and subscribe. 97% of the people that watch this channel are unsubscribed. So please hit that subscribe button. It does a lot for the channel, and it gives you more content like this. Have a good one.